Good morning. Why does a church, Grace Evangelical Lutheran Church, or any church, exist? Every one of us here would probably have a different answer to that question, but it is something I think we should consider from time to time, and I would come up with a number of reasons for our existence, and thinking back, I know that those reasons have changed over the years. But recently, I heard from another church that perhaps summed up what my answers could be, and they summed it up very concisely. They said, love God, love people, do stuff. Pretty straightforward. Grace Church has always been known for doing stuff. Whenever we have a project or activity, volunteers are seldom in short supply. But as I'm sure you know, doing stuff also often requires money. Money to pay our staff sufficient wages and benefits so that they may continue helping us and directing us in God's work. Money to maintain the building so it is safe and accommodating for all of us to do stuff. And sometimes money is required to support our Outreach Ministries activities and projects. Like many of you, our church has started to see some increased costs going forward. Even the basics like insurance and utilities will be higher next year. Just so you know, we have taken steps over the past years to help mitigate costs and try to be the best stewards we could be of our resources. We've streamlined our paid staff, and we've combined some duties and asking volunteers to take on additional duties. Even in the face of that, we have extended our worship ministry through online videos and streaming of our services, which is entirely supported by volunteer efforts. We've requested competitive bids for our insurance coverage, and as a consequence, are now using a different insurance provider. Property team, as you I'm sure are aware, has installed new LED lighting throughout our facility in order to cut electrical usage. Property team has also provided the labor and sometimes even the materials for many maintenance projects around our facilities over the years. We've installed programmable thermostats to avoid excess heating and cooling costs. We've replaced our telephone communications and internet service, providing much improved services at a reduced overall cost. And I'm sure you've all appreciated the new flooring in our narthex and in the education wing that has been 100% supported by individual member donations. In your bulletin insert, you'll find some questions meant to provoke prayerful thought and consideration in helping you decide what level of giving is appropriate for you and your household. The bulletin insert also shows a chart of giving levels and the number of donating families who have given at each of those levels. As you can see, we have the majority of our donors giving at the lower levels. In light of how you prayerfully consider and answer the questions posed in the bulletin, we ask that, especially if your past giving might fall into the lower levels, please consider, as you are able, giving to the next higher level. After making your decision, we ask you complete the statement of intent and drop it in the offering or bring it to church or mail it to the church office. Appreciate that. Also, as part of Grace's ministry focused on you, our own members, maybe we should call it an in-reach ministry. We'll think on that. We intend to host at least a couple discussion groups next year on how to help your money do what you want it to do. These would be led by people that have expertise in the areas to be discussed. A couple areas that we have considered are how to maximize the benefit of your RMD, or required minimum distribution, for those of us who are 70 and older, and also how best to include the church in your planned giving upon your death. Other areas can certainly be considered, and we're open to your ideas as to what would be helpful to you. So, thank you very much.